What's going on, folks? TJ Lauerman, aka That Sports Gamer here, head of Community 4 out of the Park Developments. And we're back here again with JJ Cooper from Baseball America. JJ, how's it going?
Good, good. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. Ready to jump in to our Baseball America Prospects League, see how people are doing. Alex is very mad in the chat because I'm wearing a Dodgers hat. As you know, when we always have these streams, something big in baseball has happened. And today, thankfully, there was nothing, but I'm wearing the Dodgers hat because I just picked this hat up because I was able to find one with the All-Star Game logo on it for this year, which now isn't going to be a thing. So it was a good eBay pickup.
That is a sad thing. I would be T-minus 2 days from flying to LA for the Futures game, so very bummed.
Yes, I'm very upset. Because if we were going to go again this year, that would have been great, because I don't get to see the people I work with a lot, and seeing them at the All-Star Game would be a good time to see them. Yeah, what else is going on? Baseball is coming back.
Yes, Network had a live stream of an inter-squad game today. I mean, we're semi-back.
Yeah, and on the East Coast, we're semi-back. On the West Coast, it seems like we're getting further and further away every day, but I think the Giants just shut down their practice facility for now until they get more results back. But
it does seem like there has been. I tweeted out, I think yesterday, that basically where we are with testing is either they're going to solve this week, and this will be the problems that pointed out the problems for them to get to where they needed to go, or a week from now we're going to be going, is opening day very much in kind of in danger.
Yeah. And actually, something I didn't realize until I was perusing Baseball America, as I do every day over at baseballamerica.com. Your latest story about the pro scouts aren't considered like tier 1 or tier 2 essential MLB personnel.
And so here's the part that doesn't make any sense to me. I get the tier 1, tier 2. Tier 1, tier 2 is the people inside the bubble, people who you can't, like they're being tested all the time. Pro scouts don't need that, but they do need to be part of the tier 3, which is, we're right now as we stand, we have many reporters who are at these events, and I'm glad that they are, but when the games start, we are going to potentially have mascots, so Rally and the Philly Fanatic and all will be at games. Well, if that's the case, if that's not endangering anyone for them to be in the empty seating bowl, I don't know how having pro scouts, how that would mess anything up.
Yeah,
doesn't make any sense to me.
I feel like every time I hear something about how the season's going to work, things just get a little bit weirder, because I feel like who's going to make a trade? Like, obviously you see the players like on TV and you can get tape of people, but there's a lot to your people being there.
And also, you can only really get tape right now. You can only get video. You can only get the analytics for the players who are at the major league field, not necessarily the ones who are doing it at the alternate site, because no one's really much allowed in there, and they're not necessarily going to have analytics and all that. So,
See, this is why we go to Baseball America every day, for this amazing insight. I wouldn't have even thought about that. I was just thinking at the real games.
Yeah, but again, and also the other crazy thing is right now, when you hear about like the Jorge Mateo trade was for a player to be named later. Well, technically right now, any player who's not part of the 60 can't be traded because their contracts are suspended because of the national emergency. So there's a chance that none of them are going to actually play. And so if they don't play in Arizona Fall League or Instructs or whatever, the crazy part of that is you may have trades that player to be named in trades right now have a 6-month limit. Well, 6 months from now is going to be the end of this year. Unless there's winter ball, unless there's something, it may be that you're trading for players who you literally haven't put eyes on in 16 months. That's going to be crazy.
Or we just trade him back for himself.
Yeah, that crazy too.
All right, let's hop back into our Baseball America Prospects League.
Yes.
And see what has been going on. First up, Zach Collins just had a great week. We're currently now at April 24th. I believe we ended last stream. It was on the 11th or the 12th. Zach Collins just went on a 400 clip with 8 hits in 20 at bats and 4 home runs and 10 RBIs for the White Sox. So he's been doing pretty good. Another guy that actually just like blasted off in the last little bit has been Luis Garcia of the Nationals. 19 years old, and he went
one of the youngest players in the league.
Yeah, and he was coming into this stretch hitting like a $141, and then just tore off a 14 for 27.
That'll help you.
Yeah, he got himself up into the 240s, I think, 240s or 250s now.
It is amazing. No home runs and 2 RBIs. It's hard to have 2 RBIs with 14 hits.
Yeah. He's taken 0 for his last 8, so slightly streaky.
0 for his last 8, but man, that was a streak there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 multi-hit games with 3 3-hit games in that stretch.
Not bad at all. Where is he batting in their lineup? I
would hope leading off, considering how few RBIs he has.
Yeah, that's why.
Nationals. Yeah.
Is he? What is going on?
Two hole.
Well, I can't find him. And Cole Freeman is getting on in front of him, so I don't know what the problem is.
I don't know. But
not like Freeman's slow.
No, and Keyboom behind him is, I guess he's advancing him, and then Keyboom's knocking him in.
Yeah, looks like it was a lot of singles, and not a whole lot of only 5 extra base hits and what was it, 19?
Yeah.
So
again, he's hitting for average, but again, very good week, very good 2 weeks for Luis Garcia here.
And then there was a couple of days that I want to jump back to take a look at. First one being April 14th. We had 3 huge pitching performances. One from Genesis Cabrera of the Cardinals up against the Dodgers. What did he do here? 8 innings, 3 hits, 8 Ks, and then Whitley came in for the save. So Dodgers kind of got handled there. Of the 3 hits, there were 2 extra base hits, a double by Lux and a triple by Mann. Mann's actually doing pretty good. 305, 380, 573 triple slash.
Nice.
Not bad.
Louisville's own.
That means the guy we're going to talk about in just a minute went 0 for 3. Who knew?
I now know who we're going to talk about. I did not earlier, but your hat gives it away.
Hat gives it away.
Yeah.
This day was all great pitching performances. Obviously, we're going to talk about Ian Anderson of the Braves, who went 8 2/3, 4 hits, a walk, 10 Ks. I mean, he couldn't have finished it out.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's how many pitches was he at?
105. I mean, he could have done it. Jeremy Walker came
in.
Pitches.
Actually, he got to 105. If this was in the minor leagues, that might be enough to got the pitching coach in trouble.
Yeah.
Jeremy Walker needed that one out, that 5-pitch save.
Maybe he needed to bolster his stats. Where's he at? He didn't need to bolster his stats. He's got 8 saves and no earned runs in 12 1/3 innings. So Jeremy Walker is playing pretty good. Pretty good. .89 whip.
Again, this is part of I think part of this why I think this Braves team, I thought they would do well, is that they have a lot of pitching. It's not just a couple of guys.
Yeah, I feel like I need to make a note.
A significant number of them.
I feel like I need to make a Jeremy Walker note in real life to keep an eye on him after that. Those 2 performances, very good, but they don't top Dane Dunning, who threw complete game shutout, 3 hits, 1 walk, 7 Ks. So he went 112 pitches, and his coach didn't get mad.
And he's coming off, he's had TJ, so that's and outdueled his former fellow Florida Gator, Jackson Kowar.
Yep. And Kowar pitched good. 7 innings, 4 hits, 1 run. Not even earned. 2 and 1 there. Pitching good too.
So Bobby Witt Jr., by the way, I'm noticing here. So did he walk a lot, or did he? Because he was 0 for 1, and then he got pinch hit for. Did he get hurt? Like, there was no injuries in this league,
yeah,
so he didn't get hurt. 0 for 1.
No walks. What in the world happened to Bobby Witt Jr. here?
And then some pinch hit in the eighth. So hit by pitch. Okay. So it was his only because Dane Dunning pitched so well, his third at bat was in the eighth. So yeah,
Gotcha.
hit by pitch. Okay.
You know who we can take a look at here? Nick Heath. Only 10 stolen bases so far. I'm a little surprised by that.
It does lead the league, though, does he not? If I'm looking, I think he now is 12, if I remember right, from when we showed the leaderboard. Is that right?
I mean, that sounds right.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and he is battling Khalil Lee. I mean, you have two Royals who could end up leading the league in steals here. Oh, the standings. Man, there's been a lot of turnover there.
Oh, there's just so much going on. Khalil Lee is leading with 12 stolen bases. Nick Heath has 10 right behind him.
Okay, so that's what it was. Nick Heath is second, but Khalil Lee has 12.
I guess while we're here, we can talk about our home run leader, Edwin Rios. You guys currently have him as the 13th best prospect in the Dodgers org, if you didn't already know that.
And it's funny when we're talking about futures games. I think I may have mentioned this last week or 2 weeks ago on the stream, but at the futures game, we have a prospect pad. We bring all the prospects together, and it was a couple of years ago in Miami, and we were asking just pitchers, who's the toughest guy to get out that you face this year? And it was surprising to us how many guys said Edwin Rios. There were multiple guys who's like, Edwin Rios is just a horribly difficult at bat every time because he's got great bat control. And so you'll throw him a really good pitch and you think you got him, and it's like, nope, he fouls it off and says, come back again. But he's showing some thump this year in the BAPL.
Yeah, and he's only, what he's got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 game hit streak. He had another 5-game hit streak. He's been very good.
And 3 homers in the last 4 games, slugging .687. That'll work.
That'll get the job. I mean, only a 389 on base, a little low, but
we'll take it.
He's also leading the league in RBI with 28.
And I noticed also, I saw Alex was mentioning about DJ Peters. DJ Peters leads the league in walks too. So talk about having a nice combo there because Corey Ray 717 slug.
Yeah, DJ Peters. 25 walks, 30 strikeouts. Not bad.
So basically, I mean,
he's got the same on base as Rios, but he's just get
it to a different way.
Yeah.
I would expect he only has 4 home runs right now. I expect that to pick up. I do think the power will pick up. But yeah, basically, it's 3 true outcomes with Mr. Peters.
Yeah.
Luis Campusano. I think he's one of the better young catchers in the game, prospects, I should say. But leading in batting average and OBP, very nice.
Hey, when you're getting on base, it's going to get it done. 14 walks.
But 14 walks to go with a 381 average.
That'll get the job done.
And you're doing that at catcher.
Yeah, and who do the Padres have? The Padres have Mejia, who might play this year, like backup, or are they going to try to move him somewhere else?
I think it's going to be Mejia. You still got Hedges too, so. But Campusano is kind of like the long-term hope. I do think a couple of years away still. I mean, he played already. He's already played high A, but catching, whatever I think the ETA is, generally with catchers, I usually add a year because it does seem like that it just takes longer.
Yeah.
Understandably. Catching is very hard.
Unless they're crazy good hitters and then they just aren't catchers anymore, which usually turns out not great.
Yeah. Unless you're a gold glove type. Joe Mauer gets to stay back there until he has concussions. But, with MJ Melendez, Melendez is, I know he's already played in high A, but he's, for one, Wilmington is a brutal place. I think he'll probably move up. Well, in a regular world, he probably would have moved up this year, in a minor league season. But at the same time, I do think it would probably be a few more years, before it all comes together. Because, for one, he has to put up better offensive numbers. But for two, catching is hard. Catching is very, very hard. Although it may get easier, to be honest, if Robo wants to come in. If all you have to do is basically stay in front of the ball and not present it, that will change it.
Yeah. Kevin Pavlov's got 12 doubles. He's doing.
We're talking about him early on. I thought he would be a guy who would be very productive in this. But
Jose Devers needs to stop stealing so much.
Yes, he needs to. The red light needs to be flashed a little bit more often.
What else?
What about on the pitcher side?
On the pitcher side. Oh yeah, Enyel De Los Santos is pretty unhittable right now. 0.49 ERA. We can dive into him a little more.
Ooh.
Yeah, and he's going.
Aiken.
He's also
Kristen
going
Beck.
deep in. De Los Santos is also going deep into games. He's gone 8 innings, 9 innings, 8 innings in his last 3 starts. All of which combined, he's given up 1 run. So he's been
bullpen saver in addition to everything else.
He's been pretty good for him.
Man.
Yeah, Aiken and Beck are also quite good.
Kristen Beck did, I think, the trade last year I think might be good for him.
Yeah.
Kind of was a little bit log jammed in Atlanta, but San Francisco doesn't have as much of an issue with that.
What was that? That was the Will Smith deal?
Yeah, if I remember right.
Justice Sheffield 5-1. Not bad.
Spencer Howard.
Bryce Wilson's still doing pretty good. Surprising. Another 5-1 guy.
And 42, Bryce Wilson 42 innings, Kyle Wright at 41. That's not bad.
They're also helping the bullpen, I would say.
Eric Skubal, no surprise. The thing I like about this, now we did watch Scott Moss pitch relatively well, but it is, I would say he's the only name among the pitching war leaders who kind of stands out as like, oh, Scott Moss is there.
Yeah, he had that game. He ended up winning that one, I think, right? That we did last week.
No,
Baz got hit around.
He didn't get the win. They won, but he didn't get the win because we had the walk off.
Yeah, actually, Skobal had a good game in the last couple weeks. Yeah, he went actually 2 good games. He went 8 1/3 of shutout ball with 4 hits, and then he played against the Yankees and went 8 innings strong with 2 hits, 13 Ks.
And he's gone. He had one game where he, I'm guessing, had a little trouble in the 7th, but 8 1/3, 7 2/3, 7 1/3. And yeah, that Yankees, that 13 strikeouts, 1 walk. That's Tarek Skubal at his best.
Pretty good there. Pretty good.
But when you get a chance, I would love to see the standings because I know that it looked like when we glanced at them that there have been some significant changeovers, which makes sense considering we're a month into the season now.
I don't remember the Orioles being very dominant. I could be wrong, but 16-8 seems pretty good for them.
Seattle still looks frightening.
20-7, best record in all the land. Yeah,
And
Orioles were last in the previous stream, and now they're in first.
And to 8-2 now, that'll turn you around. But look at that Central, NL Central. It is jam-packed, just like when we talk about the NL Central in recent years.
Yeah, everybody's right there. 3 teams went 5-5 in the last 10. Big swing
so
for
the Orioles and Phillies were basically the best teams of the past 10.
I think so. Yeah, 8-2. Yep, not bad.
And
I think the Phillies were down fairly low. Before the last stream.
Well, Enyel De Los Santos has just taken them, put them on his back, and carrying them to first place.
Most definitely. And the Dodgers. Dodgers still doing good. Obviously,
the Dodgers are still the Dodgers.
They have a team that we're expecting to go pretty much all the way here.
I'm trying to see if there's anyone I'm surprised. The Tigers, again, they're a little bit above 500 with that pitching staff, but the questions about, I would say, with that, the Rays are still right there, 16-10. Just as we expected, they're going to be in this. But I actually think if you look at it, the Blue Jays and Red Sox are struggling. That may actually help the Rays and the Orioles kind of build up some W's.
Yeah, I wonder how the Mariners are still doing it. I don't know how they're doing it so well. I know who was it? I saw Jared Kelenic had a 5 RBI game at some point. He's only hitting a buck 94. Uh, he is getting on base at 309.
Well, much like we talked about last time, Justin Dunn, Brandon Williamson, Justice Sheffield, to have 3 members of your rotation, and Logan Gilbert's pitching well too, I think. So, yeah, that's
Yeah, actually, Brandon Williamson 4-0.
Brandon Williamson was. I did talk to scouts a couple of years ago. He was at TCU with Nick Lodolo. He was only there for 1 year, and there were scouts who were like, I mean, Lodolo's first round pick, but Williamson on his best days doesn't look a whole lot different. Doesn't look a whole lot worse. And so far, that's what Brandon Williamson's doing. Donnie Walton, they got Evan White hitting for average as we expect, and probably scooping up everything around first base. But I think Zach was asking Chad, are we throwing Schmidt and Garcia as their 1-2 in this? And if I remember right, I mean, Devi is definitely. I think that those are 2 guys absolutely in the rotation, if I remember correctly. But
Devi's 1, Schmidt's 2. Yeah. And there's a possibility we'll see Schmidt in just a few minutes here. Actually, if we want, we have a couple good options for games to check out.
Devi's been everything that Devi can be. Roansy has not been he's having a little more trouble.
All right, Alex gave me a list of a couple people he thinks we should look at. Obviously, we'll go with the Brave first. Christian Posh, 283, 345, 406, not bad. But he wanted me to pull up his fielding statistics.
I want to see those.
No errors.
I would expect that.
1.078 efficiency. And
plus 5.6 zone rating.
He's
that is best in the league so far. Is exactly that's OOTP doing its work as it should. Because I do think a 2+ better than anyone. That's awesome.
That's pretty good.
And that's what we expect.
We talked about Carter Kieboom's hits. Riley. Alex wants to talk about Riley Pint's walks per 9.
This is gonna be ugly.
That is not.
We may have to pull Riley.
10.9 walks per 9, but also 9.9 Ks per 9. So I mean,
yeah, we may have to pull Riley.
That's probably not what you want out of a bullpen guy.
I remember last year watching Riley Pint strike out 2 batters and then walk the next 4.
Well, in the last 4 games, he's walked 3, 6, 9, 10 guys, and also let up a lot of runs. So
yeah, we may have to.
He may not be long for this league.
That's unfortunately that may be some of the tweaking that we have to do.
Let's see how Dylan McKay is doing. Dylan McKay?
Dylan McKay or Brendan?
Dylan's from 90210. Am I mistaken?
Yes, that is.
I thought that was right. Where is he? 4-1 so far, with a 2.21 ERA. Not bad. 11.1 Ks per 9. What about his batting stats? 232, only 2 home runs. He is getting on base at 394. So
that's exactly. I mean, again, I think that's what he is. It's, offensively, it's a lot of walks and some power. Again, I think that there's a reason they're going to focus on the pitching, mainly because this is one of the conundrums when you have a 2-way guy. As a pitcher, he's ready. As a hitter, he's not. But we have a request for the Royals to show the Royals 11-13 and the Cardinals. Cardinals 11-14.
Royals.
I think the last time we checked, Dylan Carlson had not really turned it on yet.
Yeah. But the Royals did just go 8-2, so the Cardinals just went 8-2, I think so.
Okay, so they're picking up a little bit.
Jackson Coher, we said, is doing good. Brady Singer's 2-3.
Daniel Lynch struggling.
Yeah, 6.32 ERA. Chris Bubik though, pitching pretty good.
Good. And Austin Cox is part of the 60. He's the guy who was number 9 on our list. He's a little less known, but ooh. So Bobby Witt Jr. We have a 163 average, the bad, but we also have 5 home runs, the good.
Yeah. So he's kind of getting it done. 2 stolen bases, striking out a lot though. 31 strikeouts. And he's leading the team in home runs, which is
So again, for a guy who's has basically spent last year in the AZL, not so bad.
Do you think Bubik profiles as a reliever or a starter long term?
I think he has a chance to start, but that's a team that's going to be tough because they loaded up even a little bit more in the draft this year. Obviously Asa Lacy at the top, so you have a team that has this massive number of pitchers, several of which who are a little bit closer to the majors than him. So I think part of that may depend a little bit on kind of opportunity. Now, again, all these guys, never do you see the scenario where every one of these guys works out, but those guys probably have a little bit more, they get the first shot at it. And that may mean that depending on need, because again, like you have also on here, we have, even guys further down, like Jonathan Bolin is another guy who could be a starter. And, we got Lacy this year they drafted. So.
Yeah, Bolin's actually been pretty good. 7 1/3 innings.
Nice
6
13th
hits,
rounder, if I remember right, for them. Nice pickup for them.
Don't have it in here. Yeah, he has not let up a run yet as their setup man, so he's been pretty good. Actually, you know who we need to look at before... I can never spell his name right. Ibandel Isabel. I don't think he's hit a home run since the last time we chatted. Did he have 6 or did he have 7 last time? I think he only had
6. 6, I thought, but my memory's not great.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did it because he had one on the 20. No,
one on the 17th. So.
Yes.
So, yeah, hasn't hit a home run in. Aside from that, hasn't hit a home run in a while. His average is dropping. His on base is dropping, and
yes. It's feast or famine with Ibandel.
Yep, 38 strikeouts in 24 games. So that's a big percentage right there of K's. We want to look at the Cardinals also. We got here Edmundo Sosa, 311 with 4 home runs, 12 RBIs. Lane Thomas, 226, 6 home runs, 16 RBIs. Nolan Gorman, still just not.
Dylan Carlson just struggling.
Not there.
Nolan Gorman struggling. I mean, if those guys don't hit, this team's going to struggle. I mean, that's just. I would be shocked though if Dylan Carlson ends the year with a, with a line anywhere close to what that is right now.
Yeah, even the pitching, the starting pitching is kind of there.
It's
Hills
okay.
is 1-1, but nothing really to write home about.
But, and then Zach wants, I think, this to show the Padres, which is understandable because I want to see what Gore and Patino are doing.
Ooh, Patino not looking good. 0-4, decent ERA though. Let's see. Let's dive into that a little bit more. It's just been, he's been kind of getting shelled in high pitch counts also. So we got 5 home runs.
A lot of walks.
Mm-hmm. Maybe we put him on like an 80 pitch count. Help him out a little bit.
Yeah.
But Gore's all right. Only 1-1, but a 2.21 ERA, so he's pitching
fine.
He's pitching fine.
Not his fault. Big drop off after Campusano, by the way, in the lineup too.
Yeah, that's what I was just looking at. Edward Olivares. I feel like we just traded for him in a franchise, 2 franchises ago. He's got the speed, but 7 steals, 27 strikeouts though. 27 strikeouts, 27 hits, so kind of averages out. All right, anybody else that the chat wants to look at? Wild.
And by the way, just a reminder, if you check out at Baseball America, we have the links to stats for everybody.
Yeah.
Available.
Right up on top. I think it's the last set of stats. I don't know if they updated with the new one. I know Alex told them to.
Yeah.
Double check.
If not, it should be very soon updated, I should say. If not yet.
Yeah. Let's see. Not yet. Alex, go yell at him. Okay. We're going to do a giveaway for a 1-month subscription to Baseball America, assuming this thing works. So I'm going to start it now. You just have to type !ticket in the chat, and that will get you entered.
So and it costs 0 points, so...
It costs 0 points? What's weird
out.
is Rich does them that cost 1 point, but the first entry's free. I don't know why he does that, but... yeah, Baseball America, where you can go and read JJ's latest post about the pro scouts that we talked about earlier.
So, what are we playing tonight?
Okay, so tonight, there's a couple games that I saw.
Okay.
We got Clark Schmidt. I know Yankee fans want to see Clark Schmidt versus Tristan McKenzie.
Who, by the way, Clark Schmidt, who's in real life, was pitching well at summer camp.
Schmidt's 3-2 with a 2.51 ERA. McKenzie's 4-1 with a 1.80 ERA. We also have Blue Jays and Orioles between Nate Pearson and Michael Baumann.
Mm-hmm.
They're both Pearson's 2-2 with a 2.76 ERA, and Bauman's 2-1 with a 1.65.
And I would love to see if Pearson could throw 102 in OOTP.
What else we got here? Brett Honeywell Jr., Casey Mize game, Justin Dunn, AJ Puck versus Archie.
The Padres, you got a battle of first rounders in Mize and Weathers.
I mean, we could do that. And teams are.
That's another good one. You got a lot of good, interesting ones here.
Dane Dunning and Patrick Sandoval. Dunning threw that gem a week ago. Spencer Howard and Corey Abbott. Dustin May and Mitch Keller for the Dodgers and Pirates. David Peterson and Kyle Muller for Mets and Braves. Trevor
there's a lot of good options here.
Lots of them. We could leave it up to the chat, but they're already typing in ticket, so.
I was going to say, I think they want ticket.
I like the Padres idea.
I want to kind of save them. We know we'll do them.
Okay.
I'm inclined, again, let's see what the chat wants to do, but I kind of like that idea, that Orioles Blue Jays game, because that's not a game that we'd otherwise, I don't think we're going to, but
I don't know. We might be seeing the Orioles at the end of this thing, the way they're playing.
That is true. I don't want to do Indians Yankees because we did Indians last week, so that would be,
Yes, we did.
Yeah. What do you think, TJ?
I like the Pearson Baumann one.
That's mine.
But then I also didn't see Jose Urquidy and AJ Puck when I was looking at it earlier.
Also quite good. Hey, AJ Puck has apparently shaved off all his hair. So
Alex, fix that. Come on. Maybe he's preparing for a trade to the Yankees.
Oh, I think the chat does want to see Orioles Jays.
Orioles Jays is what we will do.
Let's roll. Well, you got to give away a sub first.
Yeah, let's give away this subscription. All right. Time is up. So don't enter anymore. Nobody enter anymore. And then I also have to remember how to pick a winner. Okay.
That's all you. I'm looking at the lineups while you figure that out. Austin Hayes is on fire.
They taught me how to do this.
You did it successfully last week.
I did. Oh, close giveaway. Probably that's probably the button right there. All right. Draw a winner. Winner is Dark Horse 414. If Dark Horse 414 replies in the chat and says they want it.
Congrats.
Hopefully they haven't left at the last 4 minutes.
That would be a bad idea to enter the win giveaway. And hey, he's here.
There he is.
Or she. Dark Horse.
Could be a horse.
Or yeah,
I don't know.
I was a fan of the what was that called? Doctor Horrible's sing along club. They had Dark Horse. Is that the reference? No, that was Bad Horse. Bad Horse. So, but Angelo, congrats.
All right, let's see. Alex, can you do me a favor and just whisper him and get his email for me? And that'll help. That'll make it easier on me.
So I mean, as a quick scan of these lineups, obviously we've got Adley Rushman here. We've got Ryan Mountcastle, Austin Hayes for the Orioles.
Austin Hayes playing very
Alejandro
well
Kirk
too.
is one of my favorite, just kind of different prospects. I mean, he's kind of a short dude, kind of a wide dude, but man, the guy can hit. So I'm going to be very interested to see what Alejandro Kirk does in this game.
Yeah, hitting cleanup for the Jays. He's been playing also quite good. 823 OPS.
Best hitter in the lineup.
I'm impressed by Austin Hayes actually. 4 home runs, 19 RBI, 380 average. So what, he's probably got the best average in the AL then, right? 380? Because wasn't the Padres catcher like 384?
Yeah.
Interesting. All right. Computer's doing it. Computer's doing it all. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Hopefully they don't make any changes like they did last time. Remember they like switched up?
Last time it
messed us up real good.
if it takes out Nate Pearson, I'm going to revolt.
I really hope that won't happen. Everything looks good. Yeah, nothing changed. But
You know what? So I got a question here. Since Dark Horse won, who's your favorite Dark Horse prospect in baseball? There's a lot of them, but one of them is Alejandro Kirk. And I mean, again, he's not a deep cut. I don't want to make it sound like he had a really good year in the FSL last year. But Alejandro Kirk is a guy who I do think could end up being an utterly unconventional prospect who turns into a solid because the guy can hit. Now, and he actually can catch better. He really can catch better than you would think when you just look at, kind of, again, he doesn't do it pretty. But if I was looking for a comp for him, it's kind of Pablo Sandoval-esque. Anthony Alford walks, which does also mean that Anthony Alford might consider going here.
Rushman has a pretty good arm. 60 rated now. But I could see Alfred risking that anyway. Put a dribbler out to the mound. But an error on the pitcher.
Gotta blame the pitcher himself. It's his fault.
I mean, we're not going to let him hit. Might as well not even let him field.
61-mile-an-hour ground ball.
And Ryan Noda took advantage of that real quick.
Ice cold. Who's been ice cold coming into this game.
Not cold anymore. 405-foot dinger to get us started.
Much like we started last night. Last week we did the same thing.
Yeah, Baz got lit up pretty good.
Last week we thought that Shane Baz was going to be out in the first, and he ended up making it through the sixth.
Hey, we got him now.
Speaking of Alejandro Kirk.
And Griffin Conine. 1 homer, 10 RBI in the season. Flies out to center.
Saw Conine a lot. He was a Dookie for Raleigh-Durham, so get to a lot of Duke games.
So Austin Hayes is their lowest rated defender, but the corners are going to cover a lot of ground too, so doesn't really have to worry about it too much in center field. Ryan McKenna. Looks like Casper the Friendly Ghost for some reason. Pearson is 4th in the AL in strikeouts.
The last pitch, 98.
All right, now he's getting some of that bad contact. All right, Rushman up, runner on. He can change the score around a little bit here if he gets a chance, but He's not going to get the chance. He's going to walk on 4 straight pitches.
Again, 98. Oh, 101.
Oh, that one hit 100. Runners on first and second. Austin Hayes could tie it up.
Who has been hot.
He gets it right over the third baseman's head. It's going to get 1 run in there.
Busy first innings the last 2 weeks.
And another wild pitch.
You see a lot of those.
I mean, these are young guys.
That is true.
Location might not be there.
And young catchers, too, who, may not block as well as.
All right, there we go.
And again, let's be honest, Nate Pearson's hard to handle.
Yeah. Another situation if he could have just thrown it through the glove, even if he was in the right spot. There we go. Bauer gets a K. Jordan Groshans.
I was really bummed when Groshans is one of the guys I think who Groshans is kind of, to answer your question, Zach, I don't. There's not a lot of these Blue Jays we're going to see this season. The Blue Jays, I think, pretty much have a young and a kind of a set lineup for a little while now. Alford would, maybe, but Groshans is the guy I think really misses out by their, not being a 2020 season because he missed 4/5, I guess, of the 2019 season with a foot injury. It was really having a great season before that. So very bummed it's not be able to chance to see him.
Gunnar Henderson drives one to deep center field, but Alfred tracks it down.
He can cover some ground. Both in center field and when he was a safety, college safety too. One of the true two-way guys. Two-sport guys, I should say.
And now he leads off the top of the third.
And we also got 101 there again from Mr. Pearson.
The way I see it, he could always retire from baseball, go to the NFL, and become an MVP, win a Super Bowl or something. Don't see a lot of guys quitting football and then coming to win a MLB MVP. So, obviously, baseball's a lot harder than football.
Clearly. Nice ranginess there by, I guess that would be Gunnar Henderson, I think?
Noda.
Yeah, Gunnar Henderson.
Noda with a nutta. Another one, 408 feet. This one got out in a hurry, though. 106.9 miles an hour on the exit velo.
So Ryan Noda, pretty much on pace. I've never seen 4 homers in a game in person.
It's only the third, so you never know what we're going to see. I think I was even flipping through. I don't think anybody had a 3 home run game in the last 2 weeks. I saw a couple 5 RBI games, but Ryan McKenna rips a double. All right. Orioles are seemingly mounting a comeback. Diaz lines out to Konai.
What was the exit velo on that? 88. Looked harder.
We should just have a all kids team of players, children in here. Well, I guess the Blue Jays would win that by default.
I love that the shortstop came over and handled that. Did want Nate Pearson to catch it on the mound.
Hey, we've already seen an error. So, from a pitcher, so no risk. Don't want to risk it at all.
Well, that time he didn't have a choice. It was a 98-mile-an-hour cutter, by the way. Or change up 69, sorry. 60, man, that would be hard to hit. I think his is a little harder than that. That would be, that kind of exit velo, I mean, that velo difference would be massive. Zach, I've seen cycles. I've seen a lot. I think I've seen 5 cycles. And Jefferson Jim, I think Conan, he had the suspension which slowed him down. Um, I think again another frustrating that this year, it's not his fault. It'd have been interesting to see him at a higher level. He did really well, but I expect him to do in the Midwest League. I mean, it the bat's going to have to really play. He had that rough draft year at Duke, coming off a really good Cape. But he's another one of those guys who not having a 2020 season. Just I hope there's an AFL something for him. Jorge Polanco cycle. That's an impressive one. Many of mine are minor league cycles. There are guys I think I saw 3 different Macon Braves hit for the cycle. Although none of them was as good as an Andrew Jones 3-homer single, so 4 for 4, 3-homer, and 2 steal game, I think.
I don't know if you saw MLB just put out a video yesterday about players from Curacao.
Yes.
And how they all grew up idolizing Andrew Jones.
Absolutely. The funny thing is so I covered Andrew Jones and Macon Braves. That was my first year covering minor league team, 95. And he was one of 2 Curaçaoians. They had Sherton Saturnino, another outfielder on that team too, who was kind of there as an older guy who, kind of helped him kind of show him the ropes.
Was Randall Simon was Curacao too, right?
I believe so, yeah. So the Braves really made inroads there.
Now the one they got's all right.
Yeah. Not bad.
Yeah, I think Ozzy Albies, I think he speaks 5 languages.
That's what I think. If you're from Curacao, Andrew spoke 4, I think, because it was English, Spanish, Dutch, and Papiamento. So Albies may have added another one to that.
I've been doing my Duolingo Dutch lessons. I did so good today. It was like, you know what? You can just skip the next 2 lessons because you're doing so good.
But you were okay. Dark Horse, you're in person at Nolan Ryan 300 win and robbing out 3,000 hit. That's impressive. My white whale for forever was no hitters. I did not see my first no hitter till like 2016, and I've been at baseball games for a lot longer than that. Like I had missed, didn't only series I didn't cover when I was at University of Georgia. Every home series over 4 years. That was a no hitter in that. Had a Sunday off for Macon Braves. John Rocker threw a no hitter. Kept missing them, but finally saw AJ Puck, Tanner Houck, and someone else throw a no hitter against Cuba, and then have seen I think 2 more since then. So finally, once I broke the streak,
Ooh. Yusniel Diaz just hit a rocket
down the line
to bring the Orioles within
1. The good thing is we've had good games for these.
I'm trying to think. I don't think I've ever seen anything good at a baseball game. I think Randy Johnson struck out a bunch of guys in 1 game, but not like a crazy number. I think I saw Mike Jacobs put into the parking lot at Shea Stadium. Nothing worthwhile. Oh. I think I might have seen 2 Jason Giambi walk-offs in the same year. What? At Yankee Stadium. That's the closest I've gotten to some good stuff.
It's funny, for me, I've lived a lot of times far from Billy Butler steals second. I remember that game exactly. I remember that game very, very well. Playing Little League against Cody Bellinger, by the way, Alex. That's an impressive. Oh, another one there. That
was
Alejandro Kirk.
That was your Kirk.
Alejandro Kirk, as predicted.
Almost 107 mile exit velocity. Right, Cody.
By the way, I will credit again OOTP. I remember first year I played OOTP. If we were done a stream back then, it would not have been as exciting.
Yeah, I think we put the 3D engine in 17 or 18. That was one of the things when we came in. It's like, well, we got to make it look good to stream. So I think we've done a pretty good job making it look good to stream.
It does.
So Alex played Little League with Cody Bellinger. Not bad. My mom went to high school with Dan Pasquale, who I'm going to assume nobody in the stream remembers.
I do. The slugging Dan Pasquale.
And my sister worked with Alex Verdugo's mother.
Huh. I remember, like, Alex Verdugo was at the Featured Game a couple of years ago, and then we were stuck in the line getting our luggage checked right afterwards on our way back.
Ryan Mountcastle with a home run.
This game again, this is
getting a lot of dingers here. Nate Pearson's only struck out 2 batters.
It's just a little surprising. Yeah. It's also a little surprising again. The manager here, you know, computer manager is it has a generous hook.
Caught that. Alfred tracked it down. All right.
Well, giving that one a little bit of a ride. 104-mile-an-hour exit velo.
Oh, actually, I played high school with a guy that gave up a home run to Ian Kinsler in his debut.
Who was that?
Rob Delaney.
Oh, I remember.
For the Twins.
I'm pretty sure
he played. The Rays,
yeah. Oh wait, and this like this. They're sitting. Nope, they're holding them.
They held them. Runners on second and third. So Gunnar Henderson could tie it up with a single. Maybe take the lead.
And we had a pitching change here too, I believe, that we missed. So
yeah, Joey Murphy and
Joey Murray.
Oh, Henderson flares it into right field. 1 run will score. Didn't have enough power on it for the 2 runs to score.
Yeah, well, Caden Grenier had to hold up too because he had to make sure that it fell. So that was the key thing. If it had been 2 outs, I think he may have scored. But with there being 1, he had to hold up.
Yeah, Grenier's got enough speed to shoot out there. And another single. Home runs and singles. The game's tied up at 6.
Yeah. So that was Albert Pujols in high school. Yeah, that's turned out to be okay. And we got a tie game.
Ryan McKenna up.
Again, we're 2 for 2 on our streams. No matter what happens now. We've had a walk-off last week, and this week we've had a whole lot of action, and we've had a team battle back from a 3-run first inning deficit.
And now Diaz, who hit that home run earlier in the game, just took one in the back. I mean, loaded the bases, so I guess that was faster than the walk-on.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
Bases loaded for Adley Rutschman. 1-0 count. It sounded good, but it's just going to be a fly out center. 3 runs on 4 hits. And they did the bases loaded.
Cardinal fan, my favorite story with Pujols at that time was there was a scout, I believe if I remember I was for the Rays, who turned Pujols in very high on his list. And they didn't take him. And, you know, obviously the Cardinals were able to get him well into the draft. And the scout basically resigned. He's like, if y'all don't, you know, this is one of the best players I've seen, and if y'all don't believe me, then clearly you don't value my judgment. And he was absolutely right. Same thing happened with the Astros and Derek Jeter. Their area scout who was scouting Derek Jeter could not believe they didn't take him, and they took Phil Nevin instead, and he was, again, absolutely right. Wild pitch.
Which leads to an intentional walk. All right, new pitcher.
I'm a little behind in the stream compared to you because I'm watching it on the screen.
Right. Alex Wells comes in to pitch for the Orioles.
Mr. Control, another Futures gamer.
gets them to roll. They just get the out of second. Not a double play. I thought they had a chance at double play, but Gunnar Henderson does not seem to be the best defensive shortstop.
No, he just put that in his pocket.
Noda up again. Already has 2 homers. And they smartly walk him. But the dangerous Alejandro Kirk comes to the plate with the bases loaded. And a full count.
This could...
I don't want to give away what happens.
I see it here. And so we headed to the bottom of the 7th. He gave it a good ride. 106-mile-an-hour exit velo.
Just got under it.
Yes, Zach. Chase Petty is... Let me look up while we're doing this. He is high on our...
You guys have coming out tomorrow, I think, is the first 2021 draft class.
We have 10s now, but we're going to 50 very soon. We've had a preliminary 10. We're updating the 10, and then we have Chase Petty as 17th on our high school board there. So, one of our better. And again, we are absolutely right now. We are in the point where that's one of those things that we will redo it multiple times, over the summer. But he's one of the best, absolutely one of the better prospects in the high school prospects in the 2021 draft class.
So could you give us a rundown of what baseball is actually happening right now? I know there's some collegiate wood bat leagues are going on.
There's some collegiate wood bat leagues all around the country, almost all playing very localized. It's really hard to play if you're traveling at all. And multiple of those have had trouble, like Frisco had staffers test positive, so they had to shut down for a few days. Another intentional walk. A lot of intentional walks in this game, or flunkies. And they had some similar things, I think, in one infield in the Northwoods League. There's a league in Indianapolis. There's a league in San Diego. There's a lot of Florida. There's a lot of localized leagues. Now we also are starting to get some indie ball going as well with the American Association. Oh.
Got him at third base, but not before Baltimore drives in.
We'll take that trade. You'll take that trade to get especially in
going into the
heading to the 8th. Just got to get 6 outs now. But so you're seeing a little bit of indie ball, but again, the American Association's playing in little nodes where a couple of teams are, they're playing with a little bit of travel. The rest of it, Somerset is starting something where they're going to have a couple of teams. Some other teams are trying to do that.
Yeah, Somerset, I think they just made a second team that was supposed to come at some point, but never actually did. The New Jersey Blasters? Yes.
And Zach, by the way, the answer is that no, the Cape Cod League is absolutely worth a trip.
Yeah.
That's a definitely do it. It's a very different. It's a very different thing than than going to like a major league game. Obviously, very different, but it's kind of cool, kind of old school in a lot of ways. That's kind of one of the things that stands out about it. Is it's almost like going back a ways. Fernando Arango, by the way, was the scout. Max, the scout who recommended and then quit because of it. So it was a Ray scout, Fernando Arango.
Yeah, just go watch the movie Summer Catch for your looking at the...
TJ Zoik in the game.
Yeah, I definitely want to get up there to see the Cape Cod League at some point. I think I've gone to Cape Cod while it has been going on and then did not go, which was an error in my judgment.
I want to go all around the Cape, but partly because also the states I've visited, the Maine is one I have not been to, and uh, and Connecticut are
Okay.
two of the states I've not been to.
How do you not go to Connecticut? That seems like, well, I say, how do you not go to Connecticut? I've also never been to Connecticut. I've driven through it multiple times.
Right, you gotta remember, I'm from the Southeast. I've done Southeast, I've done all the South, I've done Midwest, but Northeast is a little Northeast and the Dakotas are my
But I feel like if you
Alejandro
do,
Kirk 21.
I feel like if you do New York and Massachusetts, like you accidentally do Connecticut. I think I stopped at a Dunkin' Donuts there once, actually. So
That's yeah. I've done New York. I've done Boston, Mass. I've done New Jersey a lot of times. But
New Jersey,
oh, what is y'all's favorite stadium?
New Jersey,
Mine.
very underrated.
Okay, I'll say big league first. What is my favorite big league stadium? Tropicana Field. Been there multiple times. But no.
Mountcastle
CMC's a good
again.
one. Man,
Full count, home run.
and just over the fence too.
How do you pick a favorite stadium? That's tough.
I mean, I loved Kauffman is great. I agree on that. Dodger Stadium because it's kind of old timey. You know, Fenway for the history. Although I mean, it's not the same. You know, Wrigley the same way. That's tough. I'm trying to think. Favorite minor league stadium for me. Probably. Hmm, Quad Cities was nice. I always loved the view. The view at Quad Cities is exceptional. Um,
Alex Wells going
Otherwise,
to try to
so
stay in and close it out.
3 outs to go. But if anyone gets on, Alejandro Kirk is lead.
I'm trying to think. There's a lot to Fenway that's just like you walk in there and you're like, this is something.
I mean, you think of just who all's been there,
Yeah.
and the answer is pretty much anyone who ever has played in the American League, ever.
I mean,
Great mighty. This is our Baseball America Prospect League, where we're taking the prospect for all 30 teams.
is Dunkin' Donuts Park the
Hartford,
Hartford, right? The Yard Goats?
one of the better minor league parks. I have not been to it yet, but I want to.
I could go for an iced coffee there if. That's a ride though. That's quite a while for me.
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought was just like, you know, like Ty Cobb, Babe Ruth, just keep going. I mean, that's what I love about old parks. And we're down to, and that's it.
That's it. Game's over. Nate Pearson, 5 1/3, 6 hits, 5 earned runs, only 2 Ks. I was expecting more out of Nate Pearson.
But we got a lot of offense.
Oh, that we did. We got 2 doubles from Martinez, a home run from Kirk, 2 home runs from Noda. For the Blue Jays, McKenna had a double. Mountcastle had a double. Grenier had a double. Diaz had a homer. Mountcastle had 2 homers.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of guys left on base. Between the two, 30 guys left on base. I think we had a couple innings where bases were loaded and they weren't able to drive them in.
And we got a little bit of everything. Like I would still count that. I know it was a 4-run game at the end, but we are gone 2 for 2 on very good games.
It was a very exciting game. And the team that was leading didn't win, so that started off, so that was good.
Oh, got batting around badge also from that, and a double dinger badge.
Yeah, Mountcastle with the 2. That was good. And Noda with the 2. Both teams had 2 guys. Guys did
Yeah.
2.
So 7 for Mountcastle now, 6 for Noda.
Oh, Mize got the win in the Tigers game. Honeywell got the win for the Rays.
Yeah, let's quick scan. You know, we did get. I think we picked a better game than that Indians Yankees game. So
Puck beat
definitely better than the Rays. You know, we didn't miss much in that Rays Royals game.
Hawks got 6 saves with a .90 ERA. Actually, the Patrick Sandoval and Dunning game was a pitcher's duel. And
yeah, you're right. Rangers Mariners extra inning with a
Killer and Ortiz was good. Or was it Rangers Mariners? Oh yeah, what happened there? Jared Kelenic with a home run. Box score. Who walked it off?
well, Jefferson Jim. If I can just do that for you tonight, then my work here is complete.
Walker with the home run to walk it off.
Nice.
No, the hit. What? Sack fly. It's not a
Steel Walker.
Steel. That's a good name. That's a baseball name right there. Anybody else? Anybody else? Bad weather for the Mets Braves game. Good thing we didn't watch it.
Good thing for that. This was fun as always. It may
good.
be me next week. It may be someone else, but you'll probably end up being me. I enjoy doing it.
All right, that's going to finish up for that day. I'll get this saved. We'll get it sent over. So, guys, don't forget, baseballamerica.com. Read JJ's latest piece. Membership starts at just $6.25 a month if you want to do that. That's for the digital version. You can also get the printed out version. I think it's like $8 something a month if you want to go that way.
And you can get both if you want. If you want all, but if you get the online version, you also get we have an app, free app, and with that you also get a digital version of the magazine too. So
and I got
that's the most cost-effective way to me.
And I got Dark Horse's email, so he'll be reading Baseball America very soon.
Yeah, enjoy that, Dark Horse. But thank you all.
Follow Baseball America on Twitter at Baseball America. You can follow JJ on Twitter at JJCoop36. And make sure you go download the latest Baseball America podcast. New one tomorrow.
Probably
Thursday.
We got to do something on I think on MLB this week. Now that we have game practices going again.
Yep.
So
yeah, everybody do that. Go to all those places. Have a lovely night. JJ, thank you for joining me as well. And
thank you, TJ.
You also have a lovely night. And we'll try to get the stats website updated so you guys can check out what's been going on. And thank you very much for all coming out.
Adios.
We'll see you guys next week, same time, 9 p.m. Eastern, right here on twitch.tv/OOTP Developments. Next week, we're probably going to follow up the stream with our Chicago White Sox franchise. No Big Rich Machine this week. I think they're moving to a different night of the week. Thanks, guys. Take it easy, and see you later.